Hello, welcome to our classes. I'm Dr. KK Misra. This video tutorial is on research aptitude. Now come to the questions. 1. The quality of research is judged by the A. Experience of researcher, B. Depth of research, C. Methodology followed in conducting the research, or D. Relevance of research. Correct option is D. Relevance of research. 2. The study in which the investigators attempt A. Survey research, B. Ex post facto research, C. Historical research, or D. Summative research. Correct option is B. Ex post facto research. 3. Which of the following is oblique are step or steps of research plan? A. Objectives of the study, B. Review of literature, C. Research hypothesis, or D. All. The correct option is D. All. What is oblique are the objectives of workshop in research? A. Consideration of alternative research models through the presented different model programs. B. Defining and refining of problem to help researcher. C. Both A and B, or D. None. The correct option is C. Both A and B. 5. Research can be conducted by a person who A. Has studied research methodology, B. Holds a postgraduate degree, C. Possesses thinking and reasoning ability, or D. Is a hard worker. Correct option is C. Possesses thinking and reasoning ability. 6. Independent variables are not manipulated in A. Normative research, B. Ex post facto researches, C. Both A of the above, or D. None. The correct option is C. Both of the above. 7. Who said that members of the same species are not alike? A. Darwin, B. Herbert Spencer, C. Best, D. Good. Correct option is A. Darwin. 8. A researcher divides the populations into PG graduates and 10 plus 2 students, and using the random digit table he selects some of the from each. This is technically called A. Stratified sampling, B. Stratified random sampling, D. Representative sampling, or D. None. The correct option is B. Stratified random sampling. 9. A researcher divides this population into certain groups and fixes the size of the sample from each group. It is called A. Stratified sample, B. Quota sample, C. Cluster sample, D. All. The correct option is B. Quota sample. 10. Field study is related to A. Real life situations, B. Experimental situations, C. Laboratory situations, or D. None. The correct option is A. Real life situations. 11. Attributes of objects, events, or things which can be measured are called A. Qualitative measure, B. Data, C. Variables, D. None. The correct option is C. Variables. 12. An example of scientific knowledge is A. Authority of the prophet or great men, B. Social traditions and customs, C. Religious scriptures, D. Laboratory and field experiments. Correct option is D. Laboratory and field experiments. 13. Generalized conclusion on the basis of a sample is technically known as a statistical inference of external validity of the research, B. Data analysis and interpretation, C. Parameter interference, D. All. The correct option is A. Statistical interference of external validity of the research. 14. A researcher selects only 10 members as a sample from the total population of 5,000 and consider it good because A. He was a good researcher, B. He was guided by his supervisor, C. The population was homogeneous, D. All. The correct option is C. The population was homogeneous. 15. Which technique is generally followed when the population is finite? A. Area sampling technique, B. Purposive sampling technique, C. Systematic sampling technique, or D. None. The correct option is C. Systematic sampling technique. 16. Research is antagonistic to ex post facto research. The research antagonistic to ex post facto research is A. Experimental studies, B. Normative researches, C. Library researches, D. All. The correct option is A. Experimental studies. 17. The experimental study is based on the law of A. Single variable, B. Replication, C. Occupation, D. Interest of the subject. Correct option is A. Single variable. 18. A statistical measure based upon the entire population is called parameter, while measure based on a sample is known as A. Sample parameter, B. Inference, C. Statistic, D. None. The correct option is C. Statistic. 19. The final result of a study will be more accurate if the sample drawn is A. Taken randomly, B. Fixed by quota, C. Representative to the population, D. Purposive. The correct option is C. A representative to the population. 20. Which of the following is a non-probability sample? A. Quota sample, B. Simple random sample, D. Purposive sample, D. Or C. D. A and C. The correct option is D. A and C. 21. Independent variables are not manipulated in A. Normative researches, B. Ex post facto researches, C. Both of the above, D. None. The correct option is C. Both of the above. 22. The process not needed in experimental researches is A. Observation, B. Controlling, C. Manipulation and replication, D. Reference collection. Correct option is D. Reference collection. 23. A teacher encounters various problems during his professional experiences. He should A. Resign from his post in such situations, B. Do research on that problem and find a solution, C. Avoid the problematic situations, D. Take the help of the head of the institution. The correct option is B. Do research on that problem and find a solution. 24. A researcher selects a probability sample of 100 out of the total population. It is A. A cluster sample, B. A random sample, C. Stratified sample, D. Systematic sample. Correct option is B. A random sample. 25. Area sampling technique is used when A. Population is scattered and large size of the sample is to be drawn, B. Population is heterogeneous, C. Long survey is needed, D. A and C. The correct option is D. A and C. 26. Validity of a research can be improved by A. Eliminating extraneous factors, B. Taking the true representative sample of the population, C. Both of the above measures, D. None. Correct option is C. Both of the above measures. 27. Who is regarded the father of scientific social surveys? A. Darwin, B. Booth, C. Best, D. None. The correct option is B. Booth. 28. All are example of qualitative variables except, correct option is D. Interest of the subject. 29. Formulation of hypothesis may not be necessary in A. Survey studies, B. Fact-finding historical studies, C. Normative studies, D. Experimental studies. The correct option is B. Fact-finding historical studies. 30. Logic of induction is very close to A. The logic of sampling, B. The logic of observation, C. The logic of the controlled variable, D. None. The correct option is A. The logic of sampling. This was all about this particular video tutorial. I hope that if you have liked it, and if you have liked it, Please do not forget to subscribe my YouTube channel or classes and press the bell button and pass it on to others, those who are needy now and in the future. Thank you. Please like, share and subscribe. Thank you very much. Have a nice time. Best of luck.